Marco Dominus, I'm gonna train of thought. I didn't even want to make these videos. I want to try to enjoy the tennis, but my health is so bad. My heart is doing crazy things lately that if I die, I want you to know that I have long videos on the stuff I'm discussing here, and that I want these cases pursued civilly and criminally. Again, if they're really willing to settle with me, I want one person to be made an example for each charge. If they want to litigate, I want to go after every accessory and every individual involved. And I will say it on camera, I will forgive my grandmother. Uh, because my grandma was obviously used as a tool for my aunt and my dad and that type of thing. Uh, like I was telling my grandmother, my family relationships are ruined. They're ruined. I mean, and she just, shakes her hand, and I'm like, what is that worth? It's like if you could put all the gold in the world and put it in the desert and say, well, is it worth that? No. There's not amount of material things that is worth destroying your family relationships. And the government's role is not to intrude, to cause strife and harm and hostile environments to your family. And again, I did this to my goal. What's the propaganda? I want to know so I can sympathize. I can forgive. Or I cannot forgive. My choice. But there's no amount of money. I mean, you can't give me a $14 trillion budget to say this equals that. Because I could tell Nadal. I mean, I waited on Nadal and his family at Jerry's Deli. I remember he sat on table 24. Him with his family and sat on the round table. I remember his sister and his mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, I waited on these guys. If you would go to Nadal and say, if the government intruded into your family and caused separation and caused harm to you, what would you want for that, Nadal? What would you want? He'd probably say, you can't give me enough money to do that to me. It's not the government's role to do that. That equals the worst form of fascism and communism. But that's what's happened to me. And again, what's the propaganda? So I can go after who created the propaganda civilly and criminally. And they can do the same thing. They can either settle with me and nominate somebody to be responsible, or we can litigate. I'm going to go after every accessory to you. And that's the law. I can do that by law. So let's settle. And then who's going to be most responsible? But you can't give me an amount of money or anybody an amount of money that could equal that. But if I have to put a price on that, I don't know what I said to my grandmother. Hundreds of millions of dollars? I mean, what is it worth to you viewing this? If the government intrudes, uses your family to harm you, uses your family not to tell you the truth, to where you're in a situation that is torturous for 5 years. What would that be worth, man? What would you want for that? I mean, what if you have to put a price on that? I mean, really, there is no $14 trillion is not enough. I don't know. You put yourself in the same situation. Your health is bad. You've been under some forced hypnosis. You're in, God, my God, you're in a severe concentration communist room. What is that worth to you? Now using your family. Remember, I was raised when I was the golden boy my whole life. I was always spoiled. I was, I come here and I'm trash. Again, I even told my grandmother yesterday. I said, Nina, every time I vented to you, and when I first got here, about the food and this, it got worse for me. She nodded yes. Get that video of my conversation with her, and she nodded yeah. Absolutely got worse for me. It got worse for me when I made these videos. I got real sick around Thanksgiving of 2013. I mean, it got worse for me to say what has happened to me. What is that worth? That's a charge.